Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You gotta dream. You gotta protect it. You want something, go get it.
So guys, so a lot of times I think about life to myself. You know, I talk to myself all the time, and I'm sure a lot of people know what I mean by that. You know, you're just thinking. You think about a lot about life. Maybe you do it subconsciously. Maybe people do it. They don't know they're doing it. They don't realize they're doing it. Or you know, everybody has their own process of how they do it, really. But nobody's really going through life, I think, and not having conversations with themselves or questions or anything. You know, we are our best when we do those things, because that's how you learn. You know, you become aware of your thought process. So, you know, when I think a lot about life and a lot about how I've grown in life, mentally, physically, emotionally, all these things, one thing that I feel I'm at a point that sets me a little bit apart from a lot of people in general, from what I see, is that I'm not really afraid. I'm not fearful of feeling. Okay? And what I mean by that is, look around. Look at what a lot of the negative things in life happen because people are trying not to feel what they're feeling. Whether it's pain, whether it's, you know, sadness, anger, you know, there's a lot of emotions to feel. And, you know, I had to learn a lot about those emotions by going through them, by understanding what the connection is behind the emotion, you know, what's making you feel that way or whatever. And when I was younger, you know, you're not doing that. I don't think these things really happen until you're, you know, meaning breaking down your thought process, or you're reflecting on incidents, or reflecting on life, or learning about yourself. All these things, in my opinion, start to happen maybe in your 30s. You know, in your 20s, you're not really doing this as much. You're kind of going through things, but you're not understanding. It's almost like you don't have the time to really think about them on that level. So you try to just push them out, block them out, and just push through them, whatever it is, you know, because you have to survive. You know, you're trying to build a life in your 20s if you're doing things properly, right? So I feel a lot of those emotions get suppressed in a manner of just trying to push through and stay on the path that you're entailing. So, but yeah, for me, I learned that feeling emotions kind of tells me what to do, what to think, what to act, or how to act, instead of just, you know, reacting. So if I can identify the emotion, and I can say, hey, I'm feeling this emotion, or I'm feeling up, down, sad, angry, happy, whatever it is, right? You could identify that. You can kind of now put together a plan or a idea, or whatever you need to connect to that emotion to make you move forward, right? That's really how you do it. And then it starts to become a way of life. It starts to become a way to grow. It becomes all these positive things when you do this. And you know, a lot of people are are not wanting to feel, so they fall into negative coping aspects, whatever it is, drugs, alcohol, mental illness, all these things like occur from really just suppressing a lot of emotions, feelings, thoughts, things like that. Like, I feel like that creates a mental illness, really. If you're trying to suppress these thoughts, these feelings, you're almost blocking your brain chemistry from doing what it wants to do, right? So I almost don't believe in all these people that are out here, but whether they're coaches, influencers, YouTube creators, content, whatever, they all say the same shit, like, push through things, or block out this thought, or how to change your thought. Like, yes, if you're in a negative thought pattern or process or whatever, then yeah, you want to change it, right? So you should, yes, but they kind of focus on being strong and staying this and staying that, and you got to do those things, but they're not really what grows you. And if you're not doing them right, you might be just kind of making the situation worse by not being aware, by blocking things out, or trying to just tough through it, or whatever processes these people are saying. I feel the best way is just to go through it. Just, you gotta be on the straight and narrow, really, out here in this life, and that could be different for everybody. Like, just do good. Really start to learn that, as you grow older, you should be understanding that life is more or less about the simple things, really. And maybe if you haven't experienced a lot of material things in your life, or gotten the things you really wanted in that aspect, then your mindset might be a little skewed. It might be focused on that, thinking that that's the best thing in life. One day maybe you'll get all that stuff and realize that you're not happy. We see people like that all the time, right? It really depends on the person, for the most part, and how deep you are, how you feel. But I'm a big believer that there's a lot of things in life that we are all alike in certain aspects. And I think that the human body, the human brain, when it was probably first created by however you believe it was, I feel like we were all pretty much similar, right? We were based probably a lot of the same when it comes to, like, just having a brain and a mind that works on, what it should. And then I think over time, obviously, trauma and not utilizing the thoughts and the mind and the things that we were given the way they should be, and just letting it's almost like nature, just let it do its thing. You know what I mean? Let it do its thing. I think that we try to just control so much, and that's what's kind of crazy, is our body and everything. It's really just a vessel through this life, if you look at things in a spiritual manner, and it's taking you through this physical life that we live, but it's not what's growing you. Your outside is not what's growing you. It's what's affecting you. Okay? It's what the outside affects you. Your inside grows you. All right? So if you look at it from that aspect, you just kind of have to have a way of life, that's going to do that, grow from the inside, while not letting too much on the outside affect you, right? And if it does, you feel it. You feel it. You identify it. You go through your process of what's going to make you understand and grow from it, you know, rather than ignoring it or doing something negative because of it or not thinking or whatever it is, you know. But yeah, so that's my thought process of why I feel like if you can conquer that, you're a step ahead of a lot of people out here, because obviously we see a lot of problems in life with people, and I think a lot of those stem from trauma, not thinking or not diving deeper into their thought process, or coping negatively, all these things, right? Which can, you know, you can strengthen yourself from the inside just like you can on the outside. So if you could strengthen your mind to be like, I need to think about this before I do it, you're gonna have a lot easier of a life, and things aren't gonna affect you like they would if you did the opposite. Alright? Try it. I mean, what do you got to lose really in this life? You should want to become better all around. And you know, we don't understand that the only way we really come to a better way of life and a better version of ourselves is to break ourselves down first and build ourselves back up. Because most of what you're taught or what you've learned or all those things in life really we make those what we are. We make those what we are. But the reality is we really need to be who we want to be. And you do that by breaking yourself down. And, you know, being honest with yourself, learning about your life, learning about yourself, learning about your feelings, learning about your emotions, how you can be the best version of yourself. And then you build yourself into that. It doesn't just happen. Nothing. That's why, you know, it's crazy to me that people are so angry in the world because they think things are just supposed to happen good for them. And then that's why you get a lot of people that are atheists or don't have a belief system because their life isn't going the way they want it to, but they're not putting in the real work. You know, I feel a lot of people's thought process is, oh, why doesn't God just give everybody a good life? Or why does it, you know, his creation really, in my opinion, is not about giving us anything other than life. He gives us free will, so we have the ability to do whatever we want here in life. It's up to you, you know, but it's not just gonna happen. Everything has to, you know, if you're not somebody that comes into a situation in life where you're well off, family, you know, whatever, you have to create that yourself. And well off can be whatever you want it to be, really. It doesn't have to be financial, you know. So remember, break yourself down first and build yourself into what you want to be.